So Rob's still very upset about the fight
I'm sorry, I've tried so hard to like him, but he is Rob the frigging knob, and he always will be.
because he was a jerk to Sophie's mom, and as we heard, he comes from the bottom. Sophie knows damn well that the attitude that he gave her mom is unacceptable and nasty.
I asked Rob so many times, please be nice to my mum, and his reply was, I always am. I've never not been nice to your mum, and this is the proof. He's not nice to my mum.
Well, I said it with all due respect.
No, look, that doesn't mean you get to say whatever you want to say to me.
Sure as heck does.
No, it doesn't
It's
mean
in the
that.
Geneva Convention. Look it up.
Like, how are you gonna talk to your fiance's mom like that? We all have no idea how hard it has been for Rob. He gets no help from anyone, but Sophie does.
Nobody's coming to save you. They don't have a clue what that looks like or what that feels like.
You can tell that this boy is jealous. He is jealous that his parents don't have and didn't have the same amount of money that Sophie did. It's just pathetic at this point.
Like, here's the thing, I'm very grateful about my upbringing. I'm your fiance, like, I'm not someone that you should be jealous of.
Sophie acknowledges that she comes from money and that she has had help in the past, but it is not her fault. What is she supposed to do? Be born again? The entire time Sophie is inside packing her things,
Bye-bye.
Rob is over there like blah, 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 blah. So Sophie and her mom come out and Sophie's mom apologizes for raising her boys at Rob.
I apologise that I raised my voice with you, so let's just leave it at that for now.
But one thing's for sure, she does not take back all the things that she said, and I wouldn't either. When he says, if I spend all this time thinking about what I have and I don't have, I will be super upset. I was like, isn't that what you're doing already? You're so bitter. So after they leave, Rob starts crying again about how Sophie's not even thinking about him, how she's not worried about fixing this.
There's not one thought in Sophie's mind right now about that's my future husband.
Have you thought about Sophie? Have you tried to fix things? Have you thought about your future wife? The short answer is no. And when he goes on this rant about Sophie teaming up with her mom, I feel like the only reason Sophie is speaking up is because her mom is with her, which she wouldn't have done if she wasn't there. Bye-bye, Rob. I don't want to talk about Ashley, but I do want to talk about
¿Qué te puedo decir?
Quiero para tu ir conmigo. Let's just do this, okay?
the sex in the restroom scene. That was so horrible to watch. It was so disrespectful to the employees, to the customers, to Manuel's friend, to technically everyone that was there. And it's a reminder that these two are just with each other for sex and there's really nothing else there, because that's just how they fix all their problems. Now moving on to Nikki and Igor. Nikki goes to get her nails done because she broke a nail and she wants to be ready for her engagement party that she shouldn't even be having in the first place. She starts venting to the nail tech about her sex life and how Igor doesn't want to be intimate with her.
Years ago, we used to have multiple times in a day, 2-3 times a day, every day.
She tells her, I hope you don't mind me saying all of this to you. Even when the girl seems uncomfortable, she keeps going.
I was trying to get all the tea from the nail tech, and she was like,
if I was the nail tech, I would have charged her like $500 for the therapy session. Now that she's done talking to the nail tech, she realizes that men from Moldova are just closed off and controlling. Again, gaslighting herself into believing that Igor is attracted to her and his only issue is being from Moldova.
They reserve me a little strange boat for you.
what
This
makes
is
such
Swan.
strange?
Swan. Yeah.
Igor wanted to do something very nice for Nikki right before she leaves, because if not, she's going to cancel the visa. So he has to make sure that she's gonna be happy. Nikki, I brought you on this date because we do this together, because this is like our relationship. Really?
And like in this boat, we must together work and both can swim.
Once they are done with the boat ride, Nikki tells Igor that she really wants to have this engagement party and wants to know if Igor feels like they should go ahead with it. He says, of course, honey, because even though we fight, we always make up. And that's why I talked to you about the threesome. So Nikki tells him, okay, fine, we can do that, but until you start being intimate with me. And not only that, but we're also going to have a threesome with the guy. And of course he says no, he doesn't want to do that. And I think it's a fair deal.
But why I gotta see you, a girl, another girl, and me?
Yes.
Why? You know, I'm 2 seconds from slapping out of you.
I honestly couldn't keep it together because he always does this. Every time they're having a serious conversation, he never takes it seriously. Nikki goes off on him, telling him he never wants to take accountability and she's always the one that needs to do it. So Igor tells her to stop talking multiple times, and since she doesn't, he storms off and leaves her behind. It is time to talk about Clayton and Annalie. Clayton is outside of the restroom trying to talk to Annalie, and he tells her, if you say I don't understand, then please explain it to me. I want to understand. When she opens the door, she tells him she wants him to stop talking.
Sí, solo quiero que dejes de hablar y ya.
She's tired and she doesn't want to deal with this. She feels like he doesn't understand or respect her decisions, so she'd rather break up with him. Clayton can't comprehend why she won't post him on social media or tell her dad about him. And then he bends to her that this has a lot to do with his past relationships and him being cheated on. They used to hide him a lot. So of course, this has a deeper meaning behind it. And at the moment, he really just wants her to at least post a photo of them.
Ahora estoy amándote más de cualquier persona en mi vida y también parece que no quieres publicarme.
No! No! No!
Annalie says that she's not his ex and understands how important this is to him. So she posted the picture and wrote a really cute message about Clayton.
En este momento me doy cuenta de que publicar una foto para él es tan importante. Quiero hacerlo feliz.
I think this is the first time I actually saw genuine love coming from Annalie, and I wouldn't be surprised if Clayton finally got what he's been waiting for. Clayton, a little tip. For the next time, wrap her legs around you. It is sexier, and we all know you could use some tips. So the next morning, Clayton tells us the train has finally arrived at the station and both of them got off.
It only took about 2 months, but the train finally pulled into the station and we both got off. Unless she was faking it. Choo-choo.
Annalie tells him, I'm happy that your chorizo is happy. And then Clayton says, oh yeah, what about your cosita? Which you guys know what I'm referring to. And if we thought that Clayton was learning his lesson about how to be sexy, he did not, and showed us his beautiful dance.
Now, the wild creature named Clayton will perform its mating dance to please the eye of his companion.
As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh, come on, look at him.
They go to the pier to ride some bicycles, and Annalie says, wow, you know, San Diego's very pretty. Maybe we should move here. And then Clayton says that unfortunately, this is too expensive for his mom, him, and Annalie. Your mom? Clayton, come on. You guys can't live with your mom anymore. You know Annalie is not happy about the situation. Then Clayton asks Annalie if she is prepared and excited for the wedding, but she's only excited because prepared she is not. And not only that, but she has some peculiar wants for the wedding.
El cuy y quizás también una llama.
A llama and some guinea pigs to symbolize her culture. So now they are going to call Clayton's sister because it turns out that she's doing a majority of the planning for the wedding.
She's been married and divorced 3 times. It's hard to imagine someone with more experience than this. That's so bad. I shouldn't have said it.
And who better than her to help them with the wedding? Annalie also wants to ask his sister if she can plan a bachelorette party with strippers. Make sure they're strippers.
Merezco una despedida así.
and everything is okay until Clayton becomes a little unreasonable, in my opinion, and starts asking for a bunch of stuff for the wedding. And with reason, she tells him that this is way too much and that he's asking for too many things and acting like she doesn't have a life of her own. Like, your sister is so overwhelmed because she's technically planning the entire thing since Annalie doesn't speak English and you need the help. So when he said this part...
So are you saying you're not going to be able to help now, or?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the guinea pig request, the llama, I'm not doing.
I almost wanted to punch him. Like, you need to say thank you to your sister and get her a little staycation after this. You guys know how, like, at the beginning when we met her, we were all like, you know, I don't know about the sister. She's kind of rude. She's kind of mean. But, like, now she's planning the whole wedding. She's technically doing the whole thing. So she deserves some, you know, acknowledgement and some, I don't know, reward or something. A gift. Now off to Citra and Sam. They are on their way to go on their first date. And when they are walking out, Citra's like, "What are you doing, Dad?" And well,
I'm trying to get grass to grow where several months back, something was walking across a roof.
Maybe aliens, maybe Bigfoot. So when they arrive at the bar, yep, a bar, they want to have a fun night right before Sam has to convert into Islam. And
I know that trying to drink alcohol is breaking the rules, but I just want to give it a try only once in my life.
So we gotta make sure that her dad doesn't find out about her drinking. When they're playing pool, both of them are having a pretty hard time keeping their hands off each other. Sam wants to ask Citra what are the things that are not allowed once he converts.
Alcohol and no pork.
Sam says that he's not a drinker, but when things become forbidden, he has a harder time saying no because of the trail, and we know that he has a history with addiction. He also tells Citra that he's going to need her support to set boundaries on things he can do. When they're back home, Sam's dad is telling him he wants to go to the ceremony, and he also says that Sam doesn't understand what converting is and how he's only doing it out of the love that he has for Citra.
I don't think Sam realizes what's all involved in following a faith.
Which is very true. There's nothing wrong about converting into a religion if you're doing it from the bottom of your heart. But he's just doing it from the bottom of his pants, which is going to be difficult for him because he's not doing it because he wants to do it. Sam's dad is also trying to learn how to say "nice to meet you" and Sam's dad on her native language. And this is very appreciated, even if he doesn't pronounce it properly.
Yeah.
He's still trying his best. Now they are on the way to the mosque, and it's starting to hit Sam pretty hard. The moment that he steps foot in the mosque, the nervousness just rises up. And when he talks to who I think is the leader of the mosque, he seemed pretty confused.
You know how to say salam alaikum?
Assalamu alaikum.
You know how to say it? What do you say?
Assalamu alaikum.
He kept looking over to Citra, like seeking help, trying to figure out what to say. Kabul explains that a lot of people struggle converting into Islam because of the restrictions, but Sam does not care. He's still going to do it.
For a person who comes to Islam, at the beginning, it's quite, hard for them.
After this, they are on their way to pick up her family. Citra's dad and one of her sisters arrived yesterday and are currently at a hotel, and her other sister is arriving today, so they're on their way. He's worried about what Citra's dad might say after he tells him about missing the diversion program.
I had my medicine, but I hadn't seen the doctor for a couple months, so the prescription was old.
And yes, you guys heard that right. He called it medicine, not drugs, which we know that's not the case. When they pick up her sister, Sam tells us that he really likes them, but they're super mean and sometimes tend to bring out every single insecurity he has about himself.
Any physical insecurities I have, Citra's sisters are quick to point out, call me Popeye.
He loves them, but they're mean girls. Citra says her sisters are very excited to be in the US, but they are going to be very disappointed when they realize that Ryan Gosling is not standing in every single corner. So they pick up one of the sisters and then they go to the hotel and pick up her other sister and her dad. Her dad says that he wants to know if he's actually ready to convert, which according to Sam,
I don't know how to say it, but like really looking forward to it. And every Muslim I've met is just, they're the nicest people. And
even the producers zoomed in on Citra's sister. Are you sure? Because you were just saying how unsure you were and how Citra's sisters are your bullies. And wouldn't that mean that not all Muslims are super nice? He wants him to be responsible. He wants him to take care of her. And Sam tells him he's going to die trying to give her a good life. But if you're there thinking, this guy's just making stuff up, well, that's exactly what he's doing because he said this.
I do kind of feel like I'm bull Citra's dad a little bit as he's telling me all this stuff, and it's just kind of going out the other ear because all I can focus on is what I have to tell him.
This needs to stop. Now.
And it's time for Gino and Jasmine. Gino has a surprise for her and she's very nervous. Jasmine shows Gino her totally natural boobs and then the booty cheeks that Dan paid for. So they go to the pool upstairs and there's petals around it, wine on the table, and a bouquet of roses. They cheer and Jasmine tells us that this is making her feel very serious about Gino. Him bringing her to the United States, him not working so he can establish Jasmine, or him trying to bring her kids from Colombia. No, not all that. And then Jasmine tells him that she never thought that she was gonna date someone like him because she has always dated muscular man, light-skinned man, people that look like Dan.
Oh, gross! Really?
But she still likes Gino. Don't worry, guys, because this is real love. She tells him she needs to learn from him. She needs to understand him better. And she knows that she can be a little bitchy at times. She also says she's going to try to do better about her being a total jerk to his family. And when she says this, Gino starts crying.
Even complaining about your family and not wanting them at my wedding.
Sorry.
He's just overwhelmed with happiness because Jasmine is showing she can compromise and understand that she's been a total ass. He chose to upgrade the ring he got her in Panama.
¿Tú quieres casarte conmigo?
She then tells him that this is why she wants to marry him. This is why. Because he buys her nice things, which is what she should have said, but she didn't. The next morning, Jasmine wants to leave Miami in a positive note, and that means telling Gino that Dan gave her the money for her butt implants. She says she was missing $2,000 and the only person that could give her the money as a loan was Dan. But when she went to pay him back, he said, no, take it as a gift since you're getting married.
This is the guy that you were like screaming when I was last time in Panama that you had sex with this guy.
You're a piece of I'm gonna go and my ex.
And this woman tries to guilt trip Gino into you should be thankful that Dan gave us this gift. You should be thankful that you're the one touching them. You should be thankful that you're the one enjoying them.
You know what? This is my gift for both of you because Dan knew that you're the one who is gonna enjoy my ass and it.
Did we forget that last time you got super mad at him when you found out about the strip club or when you found all the things around the house and you just went all crazy on him, but you're expecting him to be thankful for someone paying for your butt implants, someone that you throw constantly at him? It doesn't make sense, Jasmine.
I mean, how could she do that? I mean, she's so hypocritical.
And this definitely ruins the mood. And Gino tells her, this trip was so good, and now you literally have thrown every single beautiful thing that happened away in the trash by telling me all of this. But nothing's really gonna happen.
I can't believe that we had such a good trip and you just killed all the momentum and happiness. And
For the preview, we get Mama Clayton speaking up about Annalie's lack of English, and Clayton does not seem happy about it. We also get Jasmine telling Gino that she wishes that she fucked Dan, you know, the guy that paid for her butt implants. Nikki and Igor, again and again, just fighting, and Sam finally telling Citra's dad that he might go to jail. And Rob the nub being a nub. Also, don't forget to comment down below what you guys think of the latest episode. And that will be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!